a lot has happened in the past, like, couple of months to where I went from, like, 200 subs to 2,000 subs. That's pretty poggers. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello! Guess what? The hunt happened! The second edition, the Mega Edition. So this is a video on that. So last year there was a hunt, and that was like their answer to everyone going, hey, we want the Easter event back. Can we have the Easter event back? And Roblox is like, nah, I'm gonna give you this instead. And then since then there have been all these different events, such as the classic, the games, the winter spotlight, and some other thing that we don't need to mention. But this year, it's kind of like last year in the same theming and stuff. It's like the weird cyberspace type of thing. Guess what? I think it was actually good. There's a lot they did right. There's also a lot they did wrong, but there is one very fundamental difference between this year and last year. And it's that this year, everyone was competing for $1 million. And also there's way less events this year, which, like, I'm so glad. 100 was way too much. Each game had a mega token and a regular token. The regular token is what would get you the rewards on the regular track, but if you got any mega tokens, you could go to the mega track, and that would get you in the door for the million. While I wasn't anywhere close to getting the million, I also bought everything that I could, including all of the launcher items and all of the mega token things. I did everything. I have never totally 100% completed an event, but this time I did it all. For one, yay me, and for two, I'll know what I'm talking about. Leading into the first game, I'm gonna do the games in the order of the mega tokens, because why not? I can. So I'm going to. So first off, there was the Spongebob game. So I'm old, and I remember watching the Spongebob movie from like 2004. I don't know if I probably watched it in 2004, but like I remember going to my grandma's like every time we would watch the Spongebob movie, and it was amazing and it was the best. And the ones after I have not watched because the animations of all of the newer SpongeBob movies kind of scare me. There were so many references to the SpongeBob movie in the SpongeBob game, especially in the normal part where you had Dennis walking in and stuff. And it made the child inside of me very happy to see a bunch of references. And I actually don't even like tower games. I think they're dumb and repetitive, and it's just like, wow, put things down. Wow, things come. And you just kind of stand there watching it all happen. But, like, this was actually fun. Now, while there isn't much you can do between the regular and the mega when it comes to an actual tower game, because it's just kind of the same concept, this one had a personality, and the mega and the regular had different personality. And I was actually happy to play them. There was like a little bit of lore, there was a little bit of puzzle type thing to get to the mega, and with the storyline, the mega was actually harder, but still rewarding. And the normal was not really that hard, but you got to see the entirety of Bikini Bottom be on fire, and that's something. But I wasn't like bored of it, and I was like happy to get the mega. So after that was the Untitled tag game. I had never played it, and honestly, I actually really enjoyed the game. Now, it was mostly just playing the game, but like when you got to the mega, it was actually done correctly with the whole they animated things. The budget must have been through the roof for this. Like, it was genuinely really good. There was a storyline, obviously, which, you know, storylines are great, and it wasn't like some weird storyline that didn't make sense. It actually made sense, and there were checkpoints to where it was still enjoyable but also challenging. With the game actually being challenging as well as fun, I think it did it right, because there was a lot of games that were challenging but like almost impossible and therefore not fun. And this one did it right. And I'm honestly probably gonna play the game more just in general, but like the mega token was actually really good. So now to Pressure. Guess what? This was the best game in the hunt. So I got both the normal and mega token before either nerf happened, so because like I'm a gamer. But this game actually did it right. I have never played Pressure before, and I think I will after this because this was like actually fun. I mean, yeah, at first the game was frustrating and, having to deal with the coil head as a creature. I don't know. I just kind of, it was the coil head, but a bit nicer and whatnot, and dealing with the big angry thing that came through and the weird guy who would pop out and, like, kill you randomly. That was all really frustrating at first, and I was like, why? But then I, like, read about the mechanics, and I would watch people play the game on YouTube just to kind of, like, see how they did it. And the wiki specifically says, don't use this. But I was still able to read about some of the game mechanics, and it was helpful. And, of course, I also died a lot. But, I mean, it helped me learn how not to die. And it went from, like, really frustrating to really fun pretty quickly. The game was much easier using the death mode accessibility feature. And, yeah, the regular mode was great. And then there was the elite mode. Now, they did make you replay the regular mode, but you had to find things in the regular mode, like the radio thingy to decode. And then you went to the elite mode. You would go in, and you're like, I need to escape this place. But first, I need a thing from the vault to get the mega token. And it's like a game show, basically. This guy's like, hey, there's a mega token, but you have to, like, put on a show and escape things. And I'm going to make it rapidly harder as you get more things that you have to collect. And I'm also gonna have oxygen go bye-bye and fire, and by fire I mean lava, and everything from the regular thing is gonna come out here. And it was like, you also only had 10 minutes to do it, but like, it was actually kind of fun, minus the fact that I did die quite a bit. But guess what? The hard thing was, again, really rewarding, and I really liked it. I felt accomplished after this game, after I completed the mega, and relieved that I could go on to the next one, because this one did take a long time. But I think it did the elite token correctly. I do think the nerf at the end was probably good because it was hard, and if you have like a child trying to do it, it might be really difficult. But I mean, it wasn't broken. Like, a lot of the mega tokens were impossible or made no sense. I mean, not impossible, because I did them all, but like really hard and really glitchy and broken, or there was like some repetitive boss fight, or just playing the game again. So there's that. Okay, so most people, the infection gunfight the most. I honestly hated chain the most. The regular one required you to like have someone do it with you, but if you had no friend, you would just be sad and you wouldn't be able to complete it because, I mean, you could, but a lot of kids would just randomly log off, which is what happened to me when I tried to do it. And, like, it was weird. And when you got to the elite token, you had to do it with someone who actually had it, which was a pain, except I had a friend, so it was less of a pain, but it was a bunch of glitches to even get into the event. Like, sometimes you would both just not end up playing with each other, even though you literally were linked. Like, it was weird. And of course, once you're playing the game, there was enough lag that it would sometimes glitch and you'd fall into the lava. Or there was just RNG killing. That was really fun. And some of the game stuff, it wanted you to play in the game for a while, so it was quite cinematic at coming back whenever you would die. It was just really weird. After that, I was like, I don't want to play this game again. Rifles was okay. I mean, it kind of required you, again, to have a friend. The elite token made me want to explode, though, because you had to shoot every single target in the practice arena, but it wouldn't tell you which targets had been shot. So it was pretty annoying, and it was just kind of, yeah, play the game. Have fun. Clip it. It was an interesting game. So it was really easy, which I appreciate. I appreciate how easy it was. But like, if I wanted to watch weird clips that were like somewhat risky and definitely not something that you should have on Roblox, I would go to like YouTube Shorts or something, or Instagram Reels, or TikTok, or literally anything else. I mean, there's people on there who are actually trying to be content creators, and it's like, okay, but Roblox doesn't pay you, so why are you doing that? I mean, it was pretty unremarkable other than, like, seeing really cursed shit. And you had to, like, make a clip, and I'm just here like, I'm only doing this for the hunt. World Zero. I mean, it was a game. I mean, the graphics were cool and stuff, and I think the concept of the game is kind of cool. It's a little bit of an open world thing where you fight things and you can get materials, and I don't know. I mean, it was easy. You went around, you found stuff, you went, okay, you got prizes. I got some snazzy sunglasses out of the deal. I enjoyed it, kind of. I don't know, there's not much else to say. Dusty Trip is another thing that was, like, fundamentally broken. It was just really glitchy, really weird, really poorly made. But I mean, the people I met in the game were pretty great. I would play with them again. But, like, the game itself, oh man. It had the same formula of boss fights the entire time. It was really repetitive. And if I wasn't on a, like, Discord VC, I would have just been, like, asleep. Like, that's such a boring game. Of course, the Mega I did alone. The battery part made me want to explode. Because it's like, hey, I'm a battery, and I hate you. I'm going to explode if you touch me for very long. And also, we all have collision. So if you do anything wrong, the entire battery is just... Every battery is going to end up at the bottom of your ravine, obstacle course, whatever. And you're gonna have to do it all again. And then you cry because why do they do this? And of course, the boss was... At least I didn't, like, accidentally shoot myself this time. So I guess they fixed that. But yeah, I mean, there was effort, kinda. But, like, fix your game. Like, I get it's supposed to look like low effort and stuff. The concept's there, but, like, just fix your game. Make it not broken, please. Alright, so now we're going to Infection Gunfight. Now, to be clear, I did the Mega after the nerf. Infection Gunfight was just bad. I mean, the game itself, like, the concept is there. I don't hate the concept of the game. I think it was really, really rigged against humans. In fact, the only time the humans ever won was when I was looking for the goggles in the Elite and just was away from all the zombies and the clock just ran out and I was like, man, I was looking for goggles and I guess I was the last human. I didn't realize it. The music's really good. That's like the best part of the game is just the music and the soundtrack. For the regular, you just kind of had to play the game. And the game was like, whatever, not fun, but not horrible. The Mega was awful, because you had to spell out Mega Hunt. Or, in my case, it was Mega, because I did it after the nerf. You'd think, you know, collecting the goggles from somewhere on the map, and then shooting players with the letters to spell out Mega Hunt is, you know, not bad. Except you can't collect them, you couldn't collect them out of order, and you still couldn't for Mega. And there were a lot of bots in the game that seemed to just be after you. Like, the game seemed very heavily botted. Progress would just reset after every single game, so if you couldn't collect the entirety of Mega Hunt or Mega in one game, your progress would just go bye-bye. And initially, I guess after someone would collect their token in the lobby, it would just reset for everyone else, which was dumb. And I guess the UI would break a lot. I didn't have that problem. And apparently also, for the nerf, the letters from the alphabet would be the entire alphabet, but you would have one round to do Mega Hunt. But if there was not all of those letters, you would just be not able to do it that round. The game just doesn't seem finished. And yeah, so you had to basically work, you had a time crunch where you would just get reset every round. It was just all RNG, and the bots were insane, and the UI was awful. I mean, and even to get the event, I actually would, if I spawned as a human in the original one, like in the normal one, I would actually go and like kill myself and become a zombie. Because that was the only way I'd get points. If I killed a bunch of zombies as a person, I would get less points than just existing as a zombie and hurting people. So yeah, that was, yeah, no. So now, am I okay with people just going and sending the devs death threats? No. Like, that's not okay. Do I think the devs should be held accountable? Absolutely, they need to be held accountable. But death threats are a little bit far, I think. Just a tad. But, I mean, it's... I don't think that game's coming back for another event, or just in general. I think the game's done. Okay, so Basketball Legends. I've played Basketball Legends. I have a friend who enjoys the game, and I would play it to humor him. And then I got actually decent enough at the game. Not good, but not horrible. Like, I wasn't like a sweat. Like, there's so many sweats in the game. But, like, you know, I was okay. I could kind of hold my own. And then I stopped playing it for a while because my friend and I kind of fell out a bit. By that I mean I blocked him, but enough on that. So I stopped playing Basketball Legends because I'm like, you know, it reminds me of my friend, there's a lot of problems, yeah. So I hadn't played it since we like kind of fell out a bit, which had been about a year. So coming back, I'm like, great, I gotta like relearn things. But honestly, not much has changed. So after a little bit of practice in the practice courts, I was able to like do the mega and the regular. The mega was actually easier than the regular for me because for the regular, I had to carry people and they would do things wrong, like shoot the ball off the court. And for the mega, it was me against the player, and like I kind of knew what I was doing, so I just go yeehaw and win. Now, something just in general is that the game mechanics are actually kind of bad. I know for me, it actually hurts my hands after a while of playing it because of how screwed up the mechanics are. But to actually get your line up to the top, it's not very clear, and it took me a long time to figure it out, but I did. So yeehaw, I did it. Awesome, cool. Metro Life, I can explain the high rating on the enjoyment. Simply put, there are many mechanics to where you control other players, because it's a roleplay. And I spent much of my time there committing certain crimes like Grand Theft Auto, stalking, kidnapping, and attempted murder. The quests themselves were unremarkable, and I honestly barely remember them. I think you just had to go around the map or something, take pictures. I think you could take selfies and whatnot, which is why 5 a.m. me was like, this is boring, and I decided to troll. But yeah, if I hadn't actually done that, I would have probably just forgotten about this game when rating.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Hell's Kitchen was interesting. Now, I'm gonna rate it probably a bit higher because I love Hell's Kitchen and I have had like this. I've enjoyed it. Like, I've enjoyed just watching the show for forever. And we need a 17+ version of it on Roblox. I want to have Gordon Ramsay call me like a bunch of horrible things when I'm slow. But I mean, you had to basically play the game, and that was great and all. And the mega though, it was like you had to go down into the basement, and the shadowy creature came, the shadowy person came and like stole all of Gordon Ramsay's recipes. Now, when I saw that, I thought, oh my god, it's JR. And that's how you know I've watched the show, because if you don't know who JR is, I'm not gonna tell you. Figure it out. I've done a lot of the research and whatnot for this video. You can do a little bit to understand the reference. But, I mean, it was fun. Like, you know, you go and Gordon's like, oh my god, store the recipe, you gotta find things. And like, there was stuff with the ceiling light. I don't know, I mean, the game's honestly genuinely fun, and I would just play it normally. So for the next one was Arsenal, and guess what? Arsenal was good. Like, the time commitment was a bit much, but like, the manga was really good. And I think for me, Arsenal is like, you know, there's an ongoing lore and whatnot, and you get to figure out things as the events go on. But Arsenal has set itself up to where I expect it to be really good, so it's hard for me to go, oh yeah, like this is really good, because for Arsenal, it's normal. But like for everyone else, yeah, it's really good. I don't know, there's not much else to say, honestly, because I think it's just kind of the same thing of, this is really, really good. Natural disaster survival surprised me in a good way. This game is usually a big nothing burger in events, and it's just like, yeah, play the game, get a couple items. But like, this time, it actually was good. Obviously for the regular one, it's just, you know, play the game. But for the elite, not elite, for the mega, it was actually really fun. So, when I first played Roblox, they had this noob that they just kind of had on the field, and you would just kind of sit on him if you wanted to, and he wouldn't move, he would just be chilling there. So in earthquakes, you would just kind of sit on the noob, and everyone just kind of sit on the noob, and everyone would survive, and that would be how you'd live. But they took it out eventually, and I was very curious when I joined because the noob was back, and I was like, oh my god, the noob's back. But the thing is that the noob is part of the lore of the game. So it's like, hey, I'm stuck here, can you please help free me? And like, you know, there's a thing under the tower. The tower, it's there's something there. It's a lab, and you need to figure out what's on each map in order to like free me. And so yeah, that was a thing, and it was easy, and it was also like kind of fun. And then I got to free the noob, which kind of made me sad because I remember him just being there. And so, Eat the World, the regular one, it was kind of creepy. The noob's face, it was like, oh, you're big. It's scary. And you could also grief people, which is not fun. But the elite token was interesting because I kind of liked that you could, I mean, you made the noob really, really not happy. But I liked the whole, like, the map for the egg thing, and I actually was okay with it. Like, it was hard without being too hard. And maybe I just kind of figured out how to game the egg a bit, because if you were facing a certain way, the egg would think you would be heading that way, so you could just actually make the egg go somewhere where you weren't planning to go. But I don't know. I only died like once, and that's because I'm an idiot. But I kind of liked it. I liked the whole thing with that like broken world and stuff. Car Crusher was, I mean, it was kind of, I did not like the regular, because it was the Demolition Derby, and that is like annoying. But the Mega was fine, like other than having to go back to the original and then leave the game, and then rejoin the game, and then go here, and then leave the game, and then rejoin the game. It was a lot of leaving the game, not like teleporting, but leaving and rejoining the game. I kind of liked just being able to smash cars. I mean, that was just kind of the game. It was just smash cars, go find thing, yeehaw, you did the done good, and you opened the safe, and you got the Mega Token. And that was just kind of how the game was. Blade League was basically Blade Ball, but it's soccer. And the concept of the game, pretty good. It was pretty easy, which, you know, I like easy, but like, I don't know, the boss was really, I honestly think the boss was good in the Elite, other than the fact that getting to the Elite was annoying. But like, getting to the Elite, you know, bad, but the boss was pretty good, except there was a very easy exploit, because he couldn't go fast. So if you just knocked the blade ball out of his hands really early, he would just kind of cry and follow you as you would just shoot the ball into his goal, and it was kind of funny to watch to do. Yeah, blade ball, but it's soccer. Next. Bayside High School was, you know, really easy. We just kind of ran around the map, and I enjoyed it because I could have bully role players, and the fart bit was kind of funny. But the game was like, you know, Crossy Road. I am not good at Crossy Road. I don't like Crossy Road. The game is just, hey, you're not playing the high school, you are playing Crossy Road. Yeah, I don't know. And then the Mega when the principal's just coming after you, like what? It didn't make sense, and that's what's funny about it. But I don't know. It was okay. There's worse games. Regretavator. I liked the game. I like Regretavator. Normal is just play the game, but the notes were annoying because they didn't make noise, and I even actually turned on my volume for the game, and also my computer crashed, so the note system got completely fucked up, and I had to like restart it, and it was weird because the notes were confusing, and they didn't make the sound, but like, I don't know. I liked just running around the map and stuff though, and it's a fun game. I like it. I also like being able to like squirt things in the game. That's a fun bit of the game. Tower defense, bad. Like no, I did not like it. So basically, you had to play the game twice, and there was no effort. I mean, I liked the effort put into the regular one where it was like, ooh, new map, new enemies. But like the Elite was just, hey, you're playing the regular again, have fun. And guess what happened? I fell asleep playing it. I would like, why is it so hard and boring, like simultaneously? Like it's so hard and I'm so bored and I'm falling asleep and then I'm waking up dead. Like it's the same exact thing they've done the last 4 events. But like, come on. Also, why did I have to rejoin from the hunt game every time I needed to replay the game? It'd be like I would have to leave. I couldn't just rejoin. I'd have to like go in through the hunt thing. And I don't know if that was just me or what. But yeah, that was something. That game was no. Also, it felt very weird because there's only one actual loadout that works. The rest of them are bad. Do you like your retinas? Do you like not getting a headache from simply joining a game? If you said yes to either of these, you will hate Pet Sim 99. Once again, it's a game where you have to kill things and stuff. Last year, I went on a really long rant about it, and the music I used made my video copyrighted. Thanks, YouTube. But yeah, no. Still hate the game. Still hate that it felt like it was basically farming premium payouts. Still hate that it made Connor 3D not actually get into the like top whatever. Which, speaking of which, shout out to that guy for like grinding out all those tutorials to help people like me who were not really doing it at the same time as everything else. And yeah, no, but the game is just like, hey, you have to go through this whole thing. And it was like so bright that I actually didn't know where I was going to do the quest at all. So I was like 20 minutes of me trying to find it in the whole map, but it was so bright that I actually couldn't even tell where it was. It's just overwhelming. And then you go in and it's just like, hey, you gotta do this like thing with your pets, and it's really long and hard, and you know, I hated it. I think everybody did. Low-key, clicking every single shamrock in the game also made me pretty much want to explode. I wouldn't recommend it. And it also just felt a bit more pay to win, because it's like, oh yeah, you gotta like grind things out, or you can pay for these things to make things better. And if you hadn't played TYSM last year, you would just be kind of sad, because it would have taken way longer. Luckily I had decent pets, but that was just still... no. Drive World, you know, it was not easy, not hard. It kept on soft locking me, and I had to restart the entire race. Not great. The Mega was okay, I guess, but kicking a ball around the entire map made me want to explode, because I found out pretty quickly that I was not good at it. But I didn't totally hate it, I guess, but it was... I mean, all zeros on the board for how much I actually liked the game, so I guess it was not great. Untitled boxing game, I mean, it was okay for the normal. I mean, it was lore, it was animated well, like auto-click simulator, basically. But like, yawn. So the quality for the Mega was actually better though, because you had the obby, and you had all the, like, fighting the big guy, but it was really glitched, like having to do all the weird things with falling out of the sky and all the stuff. Like I couldn't even get to the thing for the first few tries I had with the puzzle. It would like I would do it correctly, and then I would just fall into a pit and die. I don't recommend it, but I mean, again, auto clicker simulator. So, and It Girl was certainly something that you could put into the event. I didn't mind it. Last time we had Dress to Impress, and this time we have It Girl. I play both, and while I like DTI more, It Girl is really fun, and has a pretty good community, at least from what I see. I don't quite understand, like, the beef between the two, like, minus the DTI's creator was like, It Girl bad, but, like, also, she's, like, kind of not great herself, so whatever. I don't know. I don't really care to keep up with the beef. I don't even know if it's a bit. I can't tell. It doesn't really affect me, though. I think if they collabed, it'd be unstoppable, but like... well, this aside, let's talk about the Mega Quest. So DTI had lore. Still has lore. Guess what? It Girl now does too. The Mega Quest itself wasn't too difficult. There's, finding things in a lab to free people from their robot bodies. And you could even dress up your character. Except you really couldn't dress up your character because you couldn't use accessories or, like, outfits. You just kind of had to be in an ugly outfit and just kind of pick a hair and a color and go, yeehaw, but, like, it was something. There were notes around the quest area, though, that seemed kind of odd. I think it's pointing to some more lore. The entire story was also just odd. Like, I think there's lore there, too. The lore better continue and make sense as time goes on. A cohesive lore, I think, will actually help It Girl grow as well, and that'll give them something unique to talk about. And it needs to be something that's not the same as Dress to Impress's Lana thing, but it seems to be going a different direction. So, like, let's go on to the last token, because I'm all off topic. It's 5, and I need to, like, travel the next day and get up early, so this is a really good time to record this video. Fish kind of felt like a nothing we were gonna end on, but like, I like the game, it's fish. You fish. It's calming. It's just kind of fun. I liked the whole music thing. I liked that I can sell the fish now for more. Now, I was really tired and stuff at that point when I was doing it, because I was like, I want to get this done. So while I rated it easy, for the Mega, for me personally, it was like an extreme because like basically what I kept on doing was I would do the music stuff in the wrong order, and because it was labeled, but you know, reading is hard sometimes when you're really tired and it's 6 a.m. and you need to sleep. And so it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense to do it this way, and then you ends up backwards, and then it's like it all rearranges every time, and you can't take anything out, so you just have to wait for it to like the timer to go down before it resets, and then you restart. So that was annoying, but other than that, it was actually really easy. Like if I did the mega while not super tired, I think I'd be totally fine. But I was tired. But honestly, I think it was a good event. My boat was fast too, and you know, I was able to help my friend later, and then everyone thought I would be a boat taxi service. I was not a boat taxi service. I shut that down real quick. But yeah, I should play that game more, honestly. It's just kind of a relaxing game where you could just do the fishing. So, let's talk about this event. So the hunt was a thing. It was great. I don't know who's won the $1 million yet, but I think the fact that I actually beat it is a testament to the fact that it was good. Now let's talk about like what's interesting things has happened. So I think that the way they released the mega tokens was good. I liked that it wasn't all at once. I liked that it was kind of a staggered thing. I do think that making it harder per day was good too, because, you know, as time goes on, the stakes get higher. I think, though, that a bunch of people in that game, I know that they all had, like, groups that they had. I was just kind of doing it with, like, friends. Which, by the way, all my friends said we all had different opinions, but we all had the same opinion about one game. Pet Sim is bad and should not be in any more events, please. But, like, you know, I hope that whoever wins doesn't get, like, bombarded or anything. But, I mean, with some games obviously trying to farm premium payouts and Infection Gunfight and all of that drama, I think what they did right was the fact that they did ban a lot of hackers was good. Obviously, there were some who it was a little bit more questionable. Like, I guess there was some YouTuber who got banned because I guess his account was like, he had hacked someone's account and then just used it. Which, like, hacking's wrong, but I guess that was like 8 years ago or something. Which, okay. I just kind of figured everyone in the top would have been hackers, but I guess they weren't. I think that all the lobbies were really good. I think that having like 5 different lobbies and all of that was really good. And I think the lobbies were well done. I enjoyed them actually a lot. The prizes, I think, were decent. I think they weren't great. I think some of them I won't ever wear, but some of them are really good. Obviously, there was a gold track. They had the failed epic face, which, you know, that looked, the bodies looks great, but the head looked he just looks constipated at this point. I think they also had a ban wave that they did, where they accidentally banned a bunch of people, but then they gave out a shirt, which is honestly kind of funny. So at least there's that. I think that quality control was honestly not great for some of the games. I think the prizes were weird. I actually don't understand why they had the blank stuff and then the blank stuff randomly disappeared and then it got some other thing. I don't know what happened there. Obviously, I got the blank ones came back, but I don't know why they just removed them randomly. I think that having the tokens be unlocked in a specific order was actually good. But I think they should have been in a different order. Like, I think pressure should have been like 20 or something as opposed to like one of the first ones, because some people probably couldn't complete it, even though it was nerfed twice. I think that they should probably bring back the whole egg hunt thing. I don't know why they just refused to, but like, I don't know, it did feel a bit similar to the other events where like not a lot of games are putting in much of effort, but like, I don't know. I think something that annoys me is that after a year, they should have fixed the the whole thing with creators launching stuff and making joining the game not bugged or glitchy. But it was so glitchy, it actually threw me out 10 times before it let me in. And then one of the devs that I needed was AFK, and so that was really not fun. Roblox, come on, fix your servers, please. So if I were to rank the events in order by how much I liked them to how good I think they were to least, I'd say this one's 1, Classic is 2, Games is 3, Winter Spotlight 4. Not because it was bad, but like, you know, the old hunt was 5, first hunt. which makes sense because, you know, growing pains and stuff. And then the haunt, that should not have happened. I do think it's interesting, though, that they've already leaked that there's going to be a Classic 2. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I might be in Europe. I don't know. I do think they do events a little bit more often than they should, but that's just me. But yeah, if there's anything else that I want to add, I'm honestly just going to add it in text at the end because, again, I'm going somewhere. I don't want to record while I'm going somewhere. I will be editing at night, but other than that, it's 5:20 in the morning and I need to get up at some point. I'm not going to get up now, but, you know, I need to travel and I need to sleep. So I can do so. Put any comments, thoughts in the not in the description. Comment and stuff, and like, and subscribe,